Hey jumping family, today I'm going to be unboxing and reviewing a new BCAN rebounder. So if you're in the market for an Amazon rebounder or you have one and need help putting it together, this video is for you. If you're new to my channel, welcome. My name is Sydney and I'm here to help you fall in love with your workout using a mini trampoline. I really believe there's nothing more fun than jumping to the beat of the music on a mini trampoline because it's low impact, activates the lymphatic system, it helps you burn more calories, so many amazing benefits, plus it's super fun. So that is why my channel is all around mini trampolines and mini trampoline workouts. This BCAN rebounder you can get off of Amazon, and I love testing out Amazon rebounders because when I first started jumping, I wasn't ready to invest in the higher price point rebounders. So I found one that looked good off of Amazon. It was around like $150, and I used it for a good 2 years before getting a higher quality one. So if you're new to the rebounding world, there are some rebounders out there that can be $400+, whereas these ones can be around $150, $200. So I get it if you're starting something new, you're not ready to invest that much money. They can also get up to $1,000. So again, I get if you're new, you're not ready for that. That's why I love testing out Amazon ones that are affordable, but you have to be careful because there are some affordable ones that aren't good. Okay, I did a commercial for a mini trampoline workout recently and they were all spring rebounders and my shins were killing me by the end because it was such a firm jump. So it's like you're jumping on the floor nonstop because you don't get that soft return. So I'm blabbing about it, but I'm just saying you have to be careful with what rebounder you get. So that's why I love testing them out, making sure they're a great option for you if you're starting out so that you still don't get that pain in the shins and the calves and everything like that. Okay, so today we are going to try out this one. It's going to be 48 inches, circular, and it has a safety bar. So if you're new to rebounding, it's great to get a safety bar because it gives you something to hold onto so you feel more comfortable jumping. But let's just get into it and I'll show you as we go forward with it. So what you're going to need today is a BCAN rebounder and a pair of scissors. If you don't have one yet and are just researching to see which one you want, you can skip to the end, see the review, or you can watch it through, see how hard it is to put together. Because one con of Amazon rebounders is you have to assemble it, and it's definitely a workout in itself, but once you assemble it, you're good to go. So if you want to see what that process looks like, stay tuned, keep watching, so you can see me struggle before you decide if you want to. Okay, let's do it. So let's open this beauty up. This is from the amazing BCAN. I've been working with them, I feel like for over 6 months now at least. They're such an awesome company, good customer service, but let's do it. So this is my third BCAN that I've tried. This one's different than the other ones I've had, but it's a little different. All right. Box is empty, we got it all. So I'll show you a close-up of what we have inside here. But before I do that, I'm just gonna spread it all out so you can see. The other thing about this rebounder is it is foldable. One thing about foldable is a lot of people want foldable because they don't want it in the way of their house. But the thing about foldable is you have to take off the legs, you have to take off the safety bar. So you can get foldable ones, but honestly, it's a huge pain in the butt. And if you're looking to do consistency with your workouts, realistically, you're not going to want to unfold, reassemble it every time. You want it to be seamless, easy to jump on. So just think of that before you're looking to get a foldable one. The reason I would get foldable is if you're looking to travel with your rebounder. Once you become obsessed with your workouts, you're going to want to travel with your rebounder, trust me. Okay, so I'm just going to spread everything out and then show you what it looks like. The other thing I love about BCAN is it's such a minimalist style. It's like nice, thin, black, as you can see. But yeah, I'll put it all out and then I'll walk you through what you should have and a good way to organize it before putting it together. So stay tuned. Okay, and then I'll grab the camera, show you a close-up of everything. So here are the legs. All of these poles here, all of these are going to be the safety bar. You're going to have your trampoline. We're going to unfold it together. You have all your screws. You have your instructions, the tools to help with the bungees, and of course, all of the bungees. All right, ready for the next step? Let's do it. So next step, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to pull it open. So it's going to look like it's like this. I just moved off of my frilly carpet because if you do that, it's actually going to get stuck and tear up the carpet. So if you have that, just beware. And then there's a trick to do it with 2 people, but there's also a trick to do it by yourself. So what you're gonna do is put it on the ground, come inside of it like this, and all you're gonna do is use gravity. So it's gonna feel like a struggle. I'm just worried about my carpet, but it should be good. Lean into it, and you're good. So this is what it's gonna look like. And then next step is we're gonna put in these safety keys. So this is gonna lock it. So every time you fold and unfold it, make sure you put this in, because that's gonna make sure it doesn't come back and fold while you're jumping. First things first is you wanna make sure your trampoline is fully folded flat. If it's not, you're gonna have a real big struggle trying to get this in. So a good trick is just to lean on it, kind of like you can also step on it, just push it out, make sure it's completely flat. And then all you're gonna do is take this, put it through both holes here. So you're gonna find it's gonna be on both of the parts that folded. As you can see, it's there. You just have to put a little bit of force in it to get it to come through. I have my little hammer here. This doesn't come with it. This is just what I have. If you have a real hammer or a mallet. Yeah, there we go. That worked. Okay, so if it's giving you trouble, I'll show you on the other side. It doesn't give me any trouble, but this side, it was just a little harder to get in just because the metal wasn't perfectly aligned. So if you're having that problem, just get something where you can force it through. And then all you're gonna do is lock it, okay? And now you're good to go. So now you're not worried about this folding. Let's do the other side. I'll show you that it can be easy, but I know it also can be a little tricky. So just get a little tool like this. And again, make sure it's fully flat, because if it's folded a little bit, it's gonna be such a pain. So just focus on that first, make sure it's flat. If it's still giving you a little bit of trouble, grab a tool, and I'll show you how it can also be seamless. We'll flip it around. Other safety key, you're going to slip it through. See, I don't know if you saw that, but I'll show you again. I seriously didn't force it or anything. So this one was much luckier, and then you're gonna lock it. And again here, a little bit of force. And boom, you're good to go. So this is where we want to be. You're going to want it fully open, and you're going to want to have the locks in each corner there. And now what we're going to do is put the bungees on. So for this, you're going to need the bungees, of course. And then you're going to need, I say, this tool. Okay, this tool is going to make your life so much easier. Otherwise, this is going to be a big pain for you. So make sure you grab this tool. I'll show you how to use it, and I'll show you how you want to put the bungees in. So open up the bungees, get rid of this. And if you have extra bungees, that's awesome. Just store them aside somewhere where you remember, because bungees do rip. That's completely normal for rebounders. It shouldn't rip anytime soon though, but they do rip after use. So they're meant to be replaced after a couple years. So that's why there's a couple extra. But what you're gonna wanna do is make sure, you see how there's like a duct tape look thing around it? You know what I mean. This thing here, you're gonna want it to be right here, okay? Get the duct tapey looky thing. I'm going to put it in around without the duct tape, and then I'm just gonna pull it through. So you want the duct tape part to be right here. You don't want it to be on the side, you want it to be right here. And just go around and do that with every bungee, okay? So you're just gonna, again, move it to the side, push it in, move it to the side, and then do that all around each bungee. So just a close-up so you can see, you want this part right here. Okay, and then what you're gonna wanna do is tuck it under the rebounder. You don't want it over, you're gonna tuck it under, because then we're gonna use our tool to flip it on. So putting all the bungees on, and then putting it under the pole. Don't worry about that too much. All we're gonna worry about right now is just assembling those bungees. This should take about a minute probably. Okay, so I'll speed it up here, and then you can pause the video, and once you're done, unpause it, and I'll show you how to use the tool, because I promise you it's going to be a life changer. So honestly, you don't have to worry about putting the duct tape in the right spot yet, because it's gonna move around. But again, before we assemble it, we will make sure that's on. So don't worry about it, because another good trick is if you kind of like let it rest on your legs, you can move and then you don't have to bend over as much. Little tips to make it as easy as possible. And then once we have all the bungees on, the safety bar won't take too long. So putting on the bungees is the hardest part. So congratulations, we're almost there. Okay, so I'm done putting on my bungees. I have 2 extra ones. I'm gonna make sure to store them aside where I know, because now if they ever rip, I have 2, so I'm good to go for a while. Next step is the funnest part, because it's the hardest part. Am I right? So here we have it, all of the bungees on. So see how they're not perfectly organized yet because I know they're gonna move. But next thing, here are the key tricks. Make sure you have this tool. First bungee, make sure the duct tape is lined up. Make sure the bungee is underneath the trampoline. So the rebounders flip upside down right now. You can see the logo's backwards. So it's upside down, lying on the floor, duct tape in spot, pull it under, okay? So just make sure these are the two things you have, and then we're going to grab this tool. So I'll show you, I'll grab the stand so that I can use two hands. I'll show you how to do it close up. I'll do it a couple times because I know it can be confusing, but once you have this trick, it'll be easy peasy, and then the hardest part's done. So what you're gonna do, remember the bungee is going underneath the trampoline. You're gonna put the wide end of the tool here. First, what you're gonna do though, is you're gonna grab the thin end. You're gonna see how the bungee's coming out of the trampoline. I'm gonna stick the end there, and then I'm gonna kind of like let gravity do the work. You're just gonna push against the pole. You can slide it through, make sure the bottom is linked here, and then all you're gonna do is sit up and snap. Like I barely put any effort in because of this tool. I'll show you, it's also easy if you go this way, again, to let gravity do the work. So make sure the duct tape part is right there. Bring the bungee underneath, thin end of the tool here. Put the thick end of the tool right there in the clip. And all you're gonna do is pull, boom, easy peasy, okay? And now, as you can see, this bungee here is twisted, this one isn't. So this is the one they did. You're gonna wanna untwist it, or as you jump over time, it'll slowly untwist. But if you don't untwist it, it's gonna be a firmer bounce at first, just because see how it's pulled. So now the bungee's not as loose. So just gonna make it a little firmer, but over time it'll come undone. But it's just because the tool is so powerful, it twists it over top of the other end. So it's up to you if you wanna adjust that. You can play around with the bounce first, and if it's still really firm, just make sure you fix that, because that could be the problem right there. I'm just gonna show you a close-up a couple more times just to make sure you have it. So make sure the duct tape's in underneath the trampoline. Tool is going to go there, the thin end of the tool. Oh, there you go, see the duct tape came out, so just put it back. I know it's not duct tape, but you know what I mean. Put the tool there, line up the thick end of the tool, and boom. All right, let's do it again. Line up the duct tape, come underneath, make sure it's aligned. Thin end of the tool underneath. Okay, so you see the bungees underneath the trampoline, thin tool comes over the trampoline, and then into the bungee, thick end, pull, boom. Okay, so just keep that going. I'll bring the camera a little further out and I'll keep doing it with you. I'll walk you through it a couple times. You could be like, Sydney, I got it. I just don't know, because if it's your first time, I get it can be confusing. So link, thick end, boom. So let's keep doing it together. Again, remember to use this tool. If you're trying to do this without the tool, if you want to try one without the tool, you can see how much harder it is. This tool makes such a big difference. I put together a lot of rebounders without a tool, and your fingers are like screaming by the end. But this tool makes it so nice. Okay, so you're just gonna wanna go around, do that for every bungee. There's also one other tip that I'll come and share at the end, but for now, we'll do this step and then we'll fix it. You can also try it standing up if you don't like bending over. So here, bungees underneath the trampoline, thin end, thick end here. And then here, it's just easier if it's on the ground because you don't have to balance it, but you can try it like that if that's more comfortable for you. All about comfort. So while we're putting it together, I'll just let you know what I do. Mostly I do the rebounding reviews on the side because I want to help you find the best rebounder. But the main thing I do on YouTube, and I also have a fitness app, is I share mini trampoline workouts. So when I make them, my mission is just to make them as fun as possible with so many different themes, like singing to the beat of the music. Makes it feel like you're dancing. I also have HIIT ones. We do strength as well because we know strength's so important to incorporate in your fitness routine. We do workouts where you use weights on the trampoline as well. I have beginner workouts, intermediate. I have ones that I call all levels. So that's where you jump up higher on the trampoline because it really helps activate the lymphatic system. And when you're jumping up higher, you don't get as much of a workout, like your heart rate's not as high. You're still working all your muscles, you're still getting a great workout, but it's not like HIIT training where you're like low, super intense sprinting kind of style. So yeah, if you want to check those out, I have free mini ones on YouTube. So that's just so everybody can access them. And then if you really like YouTube channel, that's where I have my fitness app. So there's over 300 workouts on there now, mini trampoline, strength, everything. We also have an amazing WhatsApp community group chat with it. So everything you need to reach your goals from home. And then I also know a lot of people, their kids like to do them, the workouts with them. But yeah, it's just to help you make fitness fun, right? You don't want to dread the workout. I've tried so many different types of workouts, and I've always been into fitness, but I've never seen as much results until I started jumping, because I actually showed up consistently. And sometimes I show up for just like 20 minutes, but it's just because I love moving my body. It makes me feel good. Whereas before, when I did strength, I would lift so heavy, my nervous system would be shot. I'd be so tired from all the lifting. And then you don't see results, because after like 3 weeks of wrecking your body, not everybody wrecks their body, just when you lift really heavy, your nervous system does get shot. So you get really tired. You don't feel more energized after your workouts. So I just found after a while, you take some time off, then you're not as consistent, so it's harder to see results. You don't look forward to the workouts as much, so you don't stick to it for like a year. Whereas I've been jumping for at least 3 years now. I started teaching mini trampoline workouts when I was 18. So now I'm 27, so that's a long time ago, but I took a break because the studio closed down actually. But then ever since I jumped, I couldn't stop thinking about mini trampoline workouts. And then I finally did it during COVID. I got my trampoline off of Amazon. I started jumping, making TikTok and YouTube videos. And now here I am today. So yeah, at least 3 years now, still obsessed. Can't get bored of these workouts. We're almost there. As you get to the end, it's gonna get harder because we stuck to one end first. So now you can see it's really pulling on that side. So it's a little more of a grind, but with the tool, it makes it very doable. So let me know in the comments below what you think. I feel like this time didn't feel as hard. If you go watch my other ones, you'll see me doing it without a tool. And you'll be like, why, Sydney, why? So yeah, here's the grind. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Boom. Working those forearms. But yeah, this one feels pretty seamless. We still have to put on the safety bar and the legs. The legs are so easy. I'll walk you through everything though, don't worry. And last one. Boom. We did it. Power pose. If you do my workouts, I like to power pose after each song, so you'll get it. Throw that tool away. As you're gonna see right now, it looks like this. So great job. We are done the hardest part, but you see these guys? You need to pull these around. So just like bungees, you're gonna link them on here, okay? We'll zoom in just so you can see. But again, grab these. You don't wanna leave them flipping around. You'll get your feet stuck. So pull it around. Again, you can do this with your finger. You'll be like, that's nothing compared to a bungee. So just go around, make sure they're all locked in, and voila. So you can see they're all on there now. Looks good. So this is the step you're gonna wanna be at. You have all your bungees. You can see they're all perfectly lined up here. The only ones that aren't are the ones that came on attached already, and I was just, didn't care enough to fix it, but feel free to do that. But here you go. What you're gonna do is, there's caps on them right now, so you're just gonna pull them off. Just easy peasy like that. So you can go do them all first, or you can do one leg at a time, whatever system works for you. But just pull them off. Okay, you can get rid of those. You can save them if you want, but I don't see why. And then, so easy, like I said, all you're gonna do is screw it on. So the leg's just gonna fit perfectly there once you take the cap off, and you're just gonna screw it. The only con with screw-on legs is you just have to make sure you tighten them periodically, okay? Listen to that tip. Make sure they're as tight as you can, and then after like even maybe every week, every 2 weeks, just go readjust the legs and tighten them. Otherwise, you'll start to hear kind of like a clink when you're jumping, or you forget to tighten them, and then that's when they could like snap or something. So just make sure you tighten them, okay? That's all I'm saying. Whereas some legs come with like a screw at the top, so you can make sure it's good. Whereas these ones, it's good because it's so easy to put together. But yeah, all I'm saying is just tighten them periodically. Okay, I'll show you another leg. Again, I don't even know, you're like, Sydney, I get it. But put it on, screw it in, make sure it's tight, and you're good. So I'll zoom out the camera and then we'll finish the legs together. Okay, flip it over, this is what we have. So right now you could jump on it. It's good to go if you want. I'll show you. But one other thing I like to say is if you don't put on the safety bar and you're looking for a foldable rebounder because you don't want it to take up as much space, what I like is a lot of my trampolines, I have some behind the camera here, all I do is keep them like this and move them off to the side. So that's a nice way. Like you could put them right up the wall. So if I'm kind of like turning you off the folding rebounder, this is a great thing. But if you have the safety bar, you can't do that. So that's one con of the safety bar. But as you can see, you pop it down, jump on it, done with it, lift it up, put it off to the side. Okay, but I'm just gonna jump on it right now because I'm too excited not to. 48 inches is really nice size. I love it. Honestly, it's so good. It's so good. For an Amazon rebounder, for the price, I could do all the moves. I really do like the size too. I have one the exact same, except it's 40 inches. I also have their hexagon one. They sent me this one because they saw me on the hexagon one and thought that it looked a little wobbly. I just had to tighten the legs, but this one is so much more sturdy. Look at that. Go BCAN. I'm so happy. Okay, so if you're looking for an Amazon rebounder and aren't ready to spend the big bucks, this one is awesome. I can do all my moves. I'm so happy. So good, so good, so good. Go BCAN. Yay. Next step is the safety bar. This part is going to be easy as well, as long as we do it right the first time. There have been times where that hasn't happened. But what you're gonna wanna do is you're gonna pick 2 legs. So you're just gonna make sure that there's one apart. So you could pick this one and this one, any of them, just make sure there's one in between. Okay, take one of these. You see how there's holes right here and a hole on the side? You're gonna want it facing in. Okay, it's gonna look like this. You don't want it out, you want it in. So once you pick your leg, you're gonna lift up the trampoline, you're gonna take off the foot, and then you're going to slip it in. Okay, and then you can put the foot back on. And step numero uno complete. Do the same on the other side. So remember, you're gonna pick one leg apart. So we don't want this one, we're gonna want this one. You want this in, 2 holes in, other hole out. Okay, get rid of the scissors, lift up the trampoline, nice and light, and then you're going to put it on, put the leg back on, push it down if you want, and you're good. Okay, next step, you're gonna see one of these. It has a cushiony part on it. This is gonna be the part that's at the top. Easy peasy. Next, you're gonna want it in like this, okay? So you can kind of like figure that out. Makes a lot of sense. Okay, so it's gonna look like this. We're gonna put the other one on. But what you're going to need is these guys. So open up that bag. And then I'll show you close up what I have here. So you're gonna need these. You are going to have 2 big ones, and then 2, 4, 6 little ones. So the other cool thing about the safety bar is you can adjust it. Take one of your little ones and put it in right here. So as you can see, again, this is the top, and I'm just gonna tighten this first. You're gonna make sure the holes line up and just screw it in. Make sure it's tight. Sorry, my video cut out and ran out of storage as I was finishing this side, but you're gonna wanna do it on this side as well. So you're just gonna line up the holes. It's gonna look like this. Use both screws to tighten it. Make sure you tighten it as much as you can. And then we're gonna put it in the legs. So the legs aren't tightened yet, so they're easy to adjust. Making sure the holes are pointing out. You could have this the other way, but then you'll see that's not the right way because the holes are pointing in. So you wanna make sure the holes are pointing out. You're gonna put it in both sides. And then what I would recommend is just putting it on the first loop for now, making sure it's even on both sides. It's really cool too because on the trampoline there's a line before the hole. So you just want the line to come right to it, and then that's how you know that the hole will line up. You're gonna use the screws that have the bigger end. So I'll show you a close-up of what that looks like. And then it's really easy. You're just gonna tighten it as much as you can. Do the same on the other side. So you're gonna use these to put it in. So as you see here, there are the circles and then the lines. So while you're doing this, you just wanna make sure that the line is right there. See, the line is right on top there, and then you'll know the lines, the holes lined up. And a good thing about this is we didn't tighten the legs yet. So if the holes aren't lining up, it could just be because this needs to come out more, as you can see here. So all you have to do is shift it. I'll zoom out just so you can see too. Okay, so we're almost at the finish line, so line up the lines, making sure the legs pointed out the right way, screwing this in so you can just kind of play around with it. There we go. All right, so make sure everything's tight. That's really important. And then the last step, you are going to take, there's 4 of these screws left. You're gonna see there's holes here in the legs, and then you're just gonna screw them in as tight as you can, and then that'll hold it still, okay? Another cool thing about this is if you ever wanna take the safety bar off, it's really easy. You're just gonna wanna undo all of these. You don't have to worry about undoing these. You're just gonna undo these, undo those, undo these 4, and then slip the leg off. So if you get sick of the safety bar or wanna switch it up, that's how you do it. So there you have it. Make sure you finish tightening these, and then we'll test it out together. So here you see they're just gonna go in here, 2 on each side. Tighten them as much as you can. They're not gonna go in all the way. It's just to like put pressure onto the leg so it doesn't move. Play around with it, goes tight. See, that's for me, like I can keep pushing it, but that's still how much space you're gonna have, and that's okay. So do that on all 4s. And then this is what you're gonna have. The beautiful BCAN put together with the T-bar, looking good, finished product, amazing job. Be so proud of yourself for putting it together. It wasn't easy, you did it, and then let's just jump around a little bit, celebrate. So there we have it, here is the rebounder. Love it. So the T-bar, you want it about 90-degree angle, so you can just hold on to it nice and light. This is perfect, again, if you're just starting out, because imagine you just feel so much more comfortable having something to hold on to. Yay! So there you have it, the BCAN Mini Trampoline. If you're looking to get one, click the link above. There's an Amazon link there, or you can click the description below. If you put it together, amazing job. I hope you have fun with your new trampoline. Thanks for putting it together with me. And if you're looking for workouts, don't forget to go to my channel. I have a beginner section as well if you're just starting out. But remember, be patient with yourself while learning something new, but also so proud of yourself for trying something new as well. Remember, freestyle, just have fun. Be kind to yourself as you're doing this. It's all about enjoying the process. Thank you so much. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments below, and happy jumping.